begin here at 4 with breaking new developments and two investigations about 700 miles apart that both appear to be terrorist attacks. Thank you so much for being with us, everybody. I'm Michael Brownlee.
And I'm Kathy Vara in for Colleen. Tragedy on the campus of Old Dominion University after a gunman opens fire inside an ROTC class. One person was killed, two others were injured. The gunman is a former National Guard who spent 7 years in prison for providing support to ISIS. The FBI says the students were able to take him down and kill him.
And authorities in Michigan are investigating an attack on a synagogue here. It happened about 25 minutes north of Detroit this morning. That suspect drove a truck into the synagogue, exchanged gunfire with the security guard. The gunman was found dead inside of the truck after it caught fire. Fortunately, all students and staff inside of the Temple preschool were unharmed.
Now, both attacks setting off fears across the country amid the war in Iran. NBC4's Eric Leonard in our newsroom monitoring this breaking news. Eric.
Hi, Kathy and Michael. Well, the latest information from Temple, Israel in West Bloomfield, Michigan is that it appears the attack was the work of a single individual who smashed a car or truck through a door and drove into the hallway of one of the buildings. The rabbi there says the driver of that truck or car began shooting, and the school's armed security guards fired back. One guard was injured from being hit by the attacker's car, but police say all of the kids, teachers, and employees were moved out of harm's way. None of them were hurt.
Obviously, it's a hateful, terrible thing, right? But what drove this person into action, that has to be determined by the investigation. We can presume, but we have to find those facts, and that's going to happen over the next days.
Smoke could be seen coming from the roof and windows. While the fire burned, police wearing gas masks went in and verified there was only one person in the truck. It hit the building close to a preschool playground, and the sheriff says the school staff used its active shooter training to get the children out of harm's way and to a nearby Jewish community center where they were being reunited with their parents and families. The synagogue is in West Bloomfield Township, northwest of Detroit. The attack brought a huge response from law enforcement, including members of bomb squads sent to search the burned truck to make sure there were no explosives inside or that had been thrown into the building. A large area around the campus was locked down in search in case there was a second person involved who ran from the attack. There was no evidence that a second person took part. Across Michigan, other synagogues and Jewish organizations were being guarded by police while the nature of the Temple attack was being investigated. In Southern California, the LAPD says it's monitoring the Michigan incident and says it was already on heightened alert following the U.S. military strikes on Iran. It said today, "Our thoughts are with the victims, their families, and all of those impacted by this senseless act of violence. We are closely monitoring the situation, and at this preliminary stage, there is no known threat to Los Angeles."
The LAPD and the federal agencies here in Southern California say they're constantly monitoring events like the one today, looking for any links or clues separating unsubstantiated information like yesterday's not credible reports of Iran plotting to launch explosive drones from off the coast, and separating that out from small clues that could help them interrupt an attack that's being planned. So far, authorities in Michigan say they don't know the exact motive for today's attack, but just in the last hour, the FBI there says it believes it was a targeted act of violence against the Jewish community. Live in the newsroom, I'm investigative reporter Eric Leonard, NBC4 News. Back to you.
All right, Eric, thank you. And our breaking news coverage continues. We're live with a response from local law enforcement how security at local synagogue is being impacted after today's attack in Michigan.